Aren't I? Ah, that's okay. Let's connect with tonight's guest. Some of you might know who she is right off the bat. If you're watching the Rattlers Facebook page, there she
Hi,
is.
KJ.
Number 13 in the house. Dryden Gris joining us right now. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, really good, really good. Everyone, this is Dryden. She just finished up, and correct me if I'm wrong, your rookie year with the
No,
Rattlers?
I just
Uh,
finished my second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
And winner of the most improved.
Yep.
Right? Good for you. Good for
Thank
you.
you.
First of all, it looks absolutely beautiful there wherever you are. Can
I'm
you
on the
kind of
back deck.
lift up the phone a little bit? Let's take a little. In fact, can you flip it
This
around there and
is
we can take a look?
my yard.
It's like a little piece of heaven right there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then the mountains are over there, so.
Good, good, good. And is that right in Cranbrook or kind of
Yeah,
nearby?
I'm right in just up the hill from the main drag through Cranbrook.
Good, good for you.
Yeah.
So give us a little update of what the past couple of months has been like for you. For any of Rattler Nation, and a lot of us do. We follow you on social media, and it really looks like you and your family, you guys are all about getting outside and
Oh, yeah.
enjoying the outdoors and really kind of experiencing life that way. So talk a little bit about that.
So when I got home, there was still a ton of snow here, so we did a lot of cross country skiing, and I have a puppy, so we were outside a lot with him. And now we're biking and hiking, and we actually just got home from the lake today because it's super nice now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Is
just a lot of outdoor stuff.
is that kind of the way it's always been with your family? Your family's just very kind of outdoorsy oriented, and that's
Yeah,
kind of what you
in the
guys are like?
winter, we ski all the time. In the summer, we're always outside. It's just, you got to take advantage of the mountains, I guess.
Yeah. And these days, it probably kind of keeps you sane as well, right?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
else,
for
or
sure.
a lot of other people, we don't have all these options that you have in front of you as far as hiking and
Yeah.
outdoors and whatnot. Um, it's been a really strange time, but I think you would probably agree that there's no better medicine than fresh air and sunshine, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely thankful to have the outdoors right now. I'd be a little crazy if I was just sitting inside.
Yeah. Tell me this. Somebody told me, they said, and maybe it was on the news actually. There was a person from Alberta that had traveled, I believe, in the Fernie or maybe even down to the Cranbrook area. And they said because of those Alberta plates, they said, "Nah, you better go back to Alberta. We don't want any of your virus here or anything like that." What is
Yeah,
what is the vibe like in Cranbrook these days in terms of just kind of this health situation that's going on?
it's pretty weird because we don't have any cases here. We've had one confirmed case, and that was oops. And so people are like wearing masks in the grocery store, and we have the 6 feet rule. But like a lot of people are like over it for sure. Like they're like COVID's gone, but it's really
Mhm.
not. And um, it's just a different life now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's like that here as well. I mean, you have some people that are extremely vigilant, masks all the
Yeah.
time and wearing gloves and eye protection and everything else, And then there's some that just feel like it's completely overblown or whatever, I think it's totally real and I think it is a very big danger. However, you know, can't
Yeah.
live in fear. You
Exactly.
got to go on with your life, right?
Yeah.
Um, so back for a third year, that's the plan.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say are some of the highlights of year two with the Rattlers, and what are some of the things that you're always going to remember about this past season?
Um, it just was a crazy season. Hosting provincials was the coolest thing in the world, and it was so great to experience that, especially like with our graduating players who have been there for such a long time. And we just had so much success and then so much like heartfelt moments, I guess. Like, we struggled a little bit, but it definitely brought us closer together. I felt more close to the team this year than I did in the first year, just because we did take those moments to struggle, and then we came together in the end and hosted provincials, and it was super fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is the team dynamic like? I mean, I guess it's different every year, but I'm sure you've played on some teams where, there might be three or four little cliques and you
Oh, yeah.
kind of find your spot in there, and then that's just kind of how it is. Would you say that that's the same with this year, or was it a real sense of camaraderie amongst all the ladies?
There was definitely a lot more camaraderie than like other teams I've been on. Like, I'm from a smaller town, I guess, and all the girls that played together had been together since kindergarten and all that, and I moved here actually in grade 10, so they already had their groups, so I had to try and like wiggle my way in. But
Hmm.
even like the fifth years were so accepting of the first years, and we're all like basically a huge family. Like, that's what I love about coming back to Medicine Hat, is just having a family away from home, I guess.
Is that the way it is sometimes though? The 50-year players, they're a step above, and if you're a rookie, I mean, I'm probably not going to say a whole lot to you during the whole season. Is that kind of how it is sometimes though?
Yeah, definitely. Like, when I was in my first year, we didn't say much, but the first years this year definitely stepped up and held their own. Like, we had a ton of different lines out there, and I think that they were a great addition to the team. And like, it wasn't like fifth years and first years and the in betweens. It was like we were all basically just the same,
Yeah.
I guess.
So with Shea gone and Amber gone,
Yeah.
holy crap, there's some big holes in the
Yeah.
team this year. Like, I mean, you might be forgiven to think that next year's team is probably not going to be as good, but what are you hearing, and what's your vibe, and what's your sense going into the next season?
I am so excited for next year. I think like Amber and Shea were some of the best volleyball players I've ever played with, and I think that they brought a lot to the team. But also, starting fresh with our rookies coming in, we have a really young team this year. Brooke's our only fifth year, and I think that the players who are going to fill those holes definitely stepped up this year and will be able to hold their own for sure.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What are you hearing anything about the ACAC and kind of what maybe some of the different plans are for the fall? I mean, I really nobody likes the big question mark that's kind of ahead of the season, but what are you hearing?
Like, really nothing right now. It's still super early, I guess. We have 3 months till we go back to school and 4 months till the season starts, I guess. But there's a lot of saying like we're doing online school next year and for the first semester, and like we don't know if we're even practicing it. Kim's keeping us updated, and we shouldn't. The ACAC, I think, is coming out with something in June, maybe.
Okay.
And so we're all kind of sitting in the dark right now, crossing our fingers for a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read the press release yesterday on the college website?
No, I
It
haven't.
uh, it outlines some of the early plans for the fall, and it kind of seems like, and I'd encourage everyone to go to the site to read this for themselves. This is just kind of my Kim Johnston paraphrase, but it said they're looking at kind of a hybrid online slash in person
Yeah.
schedule, like maybe every other day actually in the building, and then
Yeah.
that staggered day is more of an online learning thing. So, I mean, I guess that's better than nothing, because I'm sure you'd agree. Just being in the atmosphere, being in the building, that's just the whole college experience.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
for
makes
sure.
it great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good,
could not
good, good.
imagine not going back to school next year. Like, I don't want to be working. I just want to go hang out with my team and my friends and get an
Exactly.
education, I guess.
Yeah. So, how did you select medicine at college, or did they select you? How did that all come to be after high school?
Um, I signed with the college when I was in March of grade 12, so pretty late. I had tried out, I didn't really want to go to BC because all the colleges here are like 12 hours away on the island and stuff.
Yeah.
So Alberta was a better option and it was closer. And I selected Medicine Hat because I actually was in the criminal justice program, and um, like it was a good opportunity, and I really liked Kim's dynamic and the team's dynamic. And I tried it out for a few other teams, but I think Kim just, me and her really clicked at the beginning, and you had the program that I wanted, so I made my way over to Medicine Hat.
It's good.
Yeah.
Anybody watching this, if you have any questions or comments for Dryden, feel free to leave them in the comments below there. If there's any teammates that have anything to say, again, feel free to leave that in the comments below. Now, I warned you a little bit beforehand. I said, "All right, Dryden, we're going to do a little last night. We had Aaron Cameron on, basketball player from last year,
Yeah.
and we had a little show and tell. He was in Sacramento, California,
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
I didn't warn him. I said, "All right, I want you to look around you right now. I want you to find something that has a cool story attached to it, and tell us the story." And so he actually just happened to have one of his Rattler hats right there. And he just talked about how when he was in Medicine Hat College, he just discovered a whole new side of himself and he developed goals. And he just felt like it was just a great time of
Mm-hmm.
personal growth. So I gave you a little bit of warning. It's show and tell time. What do you got for us?
So it's not that interesting to look at, but this is a braided sweetgrass, and I got it when I went to Toronto and the Manitoulin Islands in 2016. I was selected to play for Team BC in the North American Indigenous Games.
Okay.
And so we went over to Toronto and played against all teams over Canada and the US, and I think there was a team from from Mexico. And my mom was born in Toronto, and she is part of the Manitoulin, the Machingching tribe on the Manitoulin Islands. And so we went over there and we got to go onto the reserve and learn about our heritage and where we're from. And this was a little token that I took from it.
Good for you. Well, there you go. I learned something about you just now. I had no idea that you had indigenous heritage.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about that culture and what you did learn while you were there. Then,
So I never really knew much about it because we just grew up away from where she was born and stuff. But I learned some of their language. I definitely can't repeat any words right now, but we got to stay in teepees that they had made there, so
okay,
that was super cool. And just saw like the museum and artifacts and learned about everything where I'm from, I guess.
awesome,
Yeah.
good for you. And so, what's your general vibe now about your indigenous heritage? That I'm sure that's something that you're very proud of now, hey?
Yeah, I'm very proud of to be an indigenous person, and it has really opened doors for me in my life, and it just is awesome.
Good,
I love being a part of that stuff.
good. Megan Yonker says, "Dryden, you are my hero."
Oh, Meg.
I see Amber is watching here right now. Amber, you just missed it, but Dryden actually had a couple of words about you and Shea. Amber's watching right now. Dryden, what did you say about her earlier on?
I just said that her and Shay are some of the best volleyball players I've ever played with, and it was an honor to play with them.
Someday you'll play against her in an alumni game. You realize that,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, for sure. And she'll still kick my butt.
Oh, that's all right. So tell me a little bit about what's coming up in the next 3 months for you then. What are you hoping to do? Do you have a lot of training going on? Are you staying in shape? Talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm fortunate enough that my parents were on top of this whole coronavirus thing and they actually bought gym equipment for the house. So I've been pumping the iron in the gym in our garage
Good for you.
and been biking a lot. And so in the next couple months, I'm looking for a job, but who knows? And I have actually started some online courses to help with school next year, I guess.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And so the plan then would is that kind of the thought? Oh, we lost her. Ah, hang on a sec here. Let's see if we can get connected with her again. There
Yeah.
you are. We lost you for a
Sorry, I
second
don't know
there.
where you went.
It's all good. It's all good. So, realistically, the plan then would be mid to late August. Is that kind of what you're thinking of?
Yeah, Kim said if everything goes well, we'll be back August 15th, I think, which is
Okay.
a little later than usual, but um, yeah, I'm planning to come back for sure in August.
Good. 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 What is a Kim Stonehouse team like? I mean, for those that watch you guys at all the games, I mean, she is a serious customer, and like I don't see her smile very often. In fact, usually she might have a little bit of a scowl on her face and whatnot. But what is she really like?
She's like our team mom, I guess. Like she's our coach, but like she's so sweet, like and funny, and we're always cracking jokes around practice, but we definitely have those serious moments. And she's super competitive, which is awesome because no one likes to lose. And I think we are all super competitive and all want to. We all have the same drive as her, as I guess. But there's serious moments as usual, but definitely it's a ton of fun.
And I mean, heck, she's accomplished a lot in her own volleyball
Oh
career
yeah, for
too. I
sure.
mean, she's got all the stories, all the experience. I mean, I don't think there's anything in volleyball that she hasn't seen, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Doug Grimm, how about him?
Oh, Doug's the life of the team. He's so funny. He just cracks jokes all the time, and he always provides snacks for us when we're starving at practice.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good. There you
yeah,
go. So you got the team mom and the team dad, right?
yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, Dryden. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here. Congratulations on a great season
Thank you.
with Rattlers Volleyball. Your second season, fantastic. Of course, having a chance to host the conference championships and a great learning experience along the way. I tell you what, I am very much an optimist in everything I do. You know what? I think that the season might be delayed a little bit, but it's going to be an incredible season. And I know I speak for everyone that's even associated with the college. I can't wait to see how this team bounces back, how players like you grow into new roles.
Yeah,
And you're excited, but so am I. From a fan's perspective, I am so pumped for the season.
that's awesome. Me too.
Yeah. All right. Stay safe. All the best, and we will talk to you very, very soon. And if I don't see you before August or September, have a great summer.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
There she goes. That is number 13, most improved women's volleyball player this year, Dryden Gris. Right there. Guys, we have a lot more coming up next week. I'm excited to bring you all of the guests that we have. Keep an eye on the Rattlers social media for announcements of upcoming players. But we're always looking for student athletes and coaches and alumni that want to come on and just have a little visit with us, talk a little bit about your time with the Rattlers, some of the highlights, some of the things that will always stand out in your mind about this team. And of course, you know what? Building the pride in this organization. That's what it's all about. There's a ton of pride already, but there's always room for more. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm looking at all the comments here. I want to see if I missed anything. It looks like we're good to go. All right. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. See you later.